up guys, and welcome to the channel. It's Joanna here, founder and CEO of Supwell. As many of you know, I've been prioritizing running in non-plated shoes only to build out my strength, getting away from those super rocker, max cushion, carbon fiber plated shoes that are super popular right now. It's been working for me pretty well so far. So in this video, I want to highlight some of the best no frills running shoes for some of you out there who might be looking to also mix in some of these less stacked, non-aggressive rocker shoes into your rotation. All right, let's get into it. So first up, we got the tried and true, the trusty Nike Pegasus. Now this is one of the most legendary running shoes on the market today. It's in the 40th iteration. This is the Peg 39, very similar to the Peg 40. Only difference between those two is an upper update. This shoe has a really nice ride. It's not too soft, it's not too firm. It's very flexible, which gives it a snappy feeling when you pick up the pace, but this foam just has the right amount of responsiveness to it without feeling overly mushy. And for me, it hits that sweet spot when I'm looking to pick up the pace to that steady-ish range, that marathon pace range, which for me is around 630 to 650. This shoe just really does a nice job. It's not overly heavy either. It's around 9 ounces. This React foam just really does a nice job at anything you need it to do, whether that's recovery efforts or that faster, steady-ish stuff. Another bonus of the Pegasus, if you dig, you can find some really awesome colorways out there. This is a special edition they had of the Peg 39 and looks absolutely fantastic. So this is a great casual wear shoe as well. All right, next up, we got the New Balance Rebel V3. Now, in a world where a lot of runners are reaching for those plated shoes on their workout days, we got great picks like the Adidas Takumi Sen or that Asics Magic Speed. There are some really solid non-plated options and non-rockered options that will help you hit those fast workout paces. So for me, I've been loving the Rebel V3 as that simple, no frills workout shoe in the lineup. I've done everything from last week, I did 6 miles at half marathon pace in it, up to longer tempo marathon pace style efforts. So this can really do anything you need it to do. You can do that fast top end speed work as well as those longer efforts if you are a faster, more efficient runner. All right, next up, we have the Adidas Adizero SL. Now, this does have a little bit of flair to it that puts it at borderline no frills. Let's call it maybe low frills, because up here in the forefoot, you can see through this slit right here is a puck of Light Strike Pro, which is the brand's marathon racing foam. It's that fast race day foam that we see in the Takumi Sen, the Adidas Pro 3, also in that new Evo Pro. But other than that, this is a full-length bed of Light Strike, which is an EVA-based foam. EVA, in my opinion and in my experience, is the best training foam because it offers a cushioned experience without being overly bouncy, but also without being overly squishy like we see with some of these modern foams in non-plated shoes. Like a non-plated Piba, for example, can be extremely soft and squishy. So this is a bit on the firmer side. It's a nice rigid ride, but with the amount of cushioning, it's perfect for longer runs. That's where I've been using this. I did a long run over this weekend, 16 miles, and I rotated from mile 8 to 16. I did mile on at around marathon pace, a bit slower, then a mile off, on, off. And with this shoe, it has the right amount of cushioning for that latter stage of that long run. The last 30 minutes for me tend to be absolutely brutal due to the volume of mileage that I'm running. So having a shoe like this that's a bit more cushioned, but also has the ability to pick up the pace because it's that firm structured cushioning instead of that soft marshmallowy cushioning is just absolutely perfect. All right, next up, we have the Tracksmith Eliot Runner. Now, the price tag on this is not low frills. It's not no frills. It is not anything near that. It is $200. So there are a few frills here, but the reason that it makes this list is because the ride experience is classic, it's traditional, and it's extremely simple. What they've done here is they've put a lot of investment into designing an extremely high quality, durable package using the best materials on the market today. So you'll see that there's suede touches around the upper, and then the midsole here is there's a supercritical Piba insole, and then standard Piba around this entire midsole of the shoe. The difference between this shoe though and a lot of the other Piba shoes on the market is that this Piba is firmer, it's not as bouncy, and it's not as squishy. I have a comparison video looking at this versus the Saucony Endorphin Speed 3, and that Saucony Power Run PB exists all the way on the other end of the spectrum. It's bouncy, it's soft, it's squishy. This is firm and structured, similar to what you get in an EVA, except when you do push the pace, when you start putting some force into it, it's really responsive and returns way more energy than you'd get from a standard EVA. Another benefit is, like the Pegasus, honestly it has a very similar silhouette to the Pegasus, but like that Pegasus, looks extremely good for casual wear. I've gotten a ton of use out of this, both on the roads and just on the town and traveling. In my lineup, I like to use this as a daily trainer. Any of those 4 to 8 mile, 6 to 8 mile runs where you're just trying to get out there and churn through some mileage, this is a good option. If you have any strides needed in your workout too, this can pick up the pace decently well because of that PIBA. Alright guys, last shoe I wanted to highlight here is the Saucony Kinvara 14. Now the Saucony Kinvara 14 is holding it down as one of the last shoes out there that's using a full length bed of EVA in a workout shoe. So while other shoes have shifted towards plates, but also just bouncier PIBA foams or supercritical TPU or supercritical EVA, the Kinvara is holding strong with that classic standard EVA, that Power Run Saucony foam. Now the Kinvara is gonna have a firmer ride. It's lower to the ground than some of these other shoes, but is really snappy, and also like that Rebel V3 is gonna be flexible enough if you like that lower to the ground connected feeling. The other benefit of the Kinvara is it's extremely lightweight, so if you're looking for a lightweight shoe that's not plated, that's not rockered, Kinvara is probably the best choice on the market today. Alright guys, so there you have it. Those are the 5 best simple, no frills training shoes on the market today. As always, thank you for liking, thank you for subscribing, and I'll make sure to keep you up to date on the latest and greatest in the world of performance running.